Buddy, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video I'm undertaking a challenge given to me by a fellow content creator. A couple weeks back, Battle Bill challenged me to try and win 5 games in a row in the Great League with a Pokemon using the fast move of Scratch. I decided to try it out with Scratch Vigoroth, and I paired it with a Defense Deoxys lead and Obstagoon in the back, so kind of a play on Wallower's triple counter team, except of course my Vigoroth is stuck with Scratch. And I decided to try it out in the Remix Cup since it's here, just to see how it does and to see if I can get a win streak. Hopping into the first match, picking up a pretty good lead here versus Scrafty, and they're going to save swap into Shadow Gardevoir, and unfortunately this is looking like Scrafty Double Charm. One of the reasons why a lot of people are frustrated with this current meta is Double Charm is absolutely everywhere. And unfortunately this team that I have built, it has a Scratch Vigoroth, so it's going to lose to most things, but on top of that it's especially weak to Double Charm. We are going to have to shield up the Shadow Ball and counter down. And they actually come in with the Scrafty, so a very interesting choice to not actually come in with their second Charmer. We are going to be able to land this, and he's building up to a foul play. I feel like I have to call it. To have any chance, I think I have to call the Power Up Punch. It's a foul play, and he's able to snipe me with a Wigglytuff. I have an Obstagoon in the back. I do not have Gunk Shot because there's no Azu, so I have to concede the match. So already not off to a great start. Double Charmed absolutely took my lunch money. Alright, hopping into the second game here, and we're taking a look at a Defense Deoxys lead. We're going to go straight for the Thunderbolt, because of course Thunderbolt is going to be the better move to go for here than Psycho Boost. We land it, and it's a CMP tie. So we win CMP, that's very useful information to have. And on top of that, they have Rock Slide instead of Thunderbolt. So now I have some useful information about their moveset, and they are going to go for another Rock Slide. And they actually switch out into Bastiodon, and we have an amazing counter in our Obstagoon. I go for the Cross Chop. I probably could have gotten away with going for the Night Slash, to be 100% honest, to try and go for the boost, because either way I'm still going to have to eat a move. Although here we're totally fine. We're 100% just letting this go, and we're farming down and getting a nice energy lead, so when the Deoxys comes back in, we can threaten it with Night Slashes. We're able to get the shield, which is great, and we're just able to get to the second Night Slash. Okay, this is big. This should be getting it quite low, which it does. It's still alive, though, unfortunately. I do come in with the Vigoroth. I should have come in with the Defense Deoxys, probably, since it's just a Psycho Boost. But I do have energy on there. Alright, Cresselia comes in, and this is one matchup where Scratch is actually okay, because Scratch is, of course, hitting for neutral instead of resisted. We are able to get off the Thunderbolt, which is big. We're going to let this go, and then we're just going to 2-shield our Vigoroth to the Promised Land. We just need to get to these 2 body slams, and we might actually get a win. And they no-shield it. Let's go! Alright, and here I really wanted to go for the 2-shield flex, but then I wouldn't have won, so I had to shield it. And then we are going to scratch down the Cresselia and the Deoxys to win the game. Look at us go. A win with Scratch Vigoroth. Obstagoon lead. They're going to be switching out. It's a Charmer. Who could have foreseen this? Honestly, I couldn't have. I'm shocked. I'm hurt. Oh no. And now we have to come in with Scratch Vigoroth, which is really not going to do well here. Just because Scratch is not the best move, and it takes a really long time to charge. We're farming up a bit of energy. We are going to go for the second Body Slam here. And Body Slam actually takes it out. Okay, this is nice, but they come in with Ninetales, and I don't have Rock Slide. This is a situation where Rock Slide would be absolutely huge, but unfortunately, I do not have it. So I'm in a lot of trouble here. I am going to go straight for the Thunderbolt, and then I'm hoping that I can build up some extra energy, but unfortunately, they come in with the Obstagoon. I come in with my own Obstagoon. Okay, this is going to be tough. They go for the Night Slash, which is honestly a really nice play. I do go for the Cross Chop here. I'm thinking I kind of have to not kill this, but unfortunately I still kill it, and that's going to give them extra farm. And the Thunderbolt here is just not going to be enough to take them out, which is super unfortunate. It does get them very low, but I can't quite pull off the win. So again, Double Charm right out the gate. It's tough for this team. Alright, another defense Deoxys lead. As you can see, the meta in the Remix Cup is very, very condensed. There's a lot of Deoxys, a lot of Charm. Just basically every team is probably over a 50% chance you're going to see one of these two Pokemon. Yeah, it was an interesting concept, but honestly, the meta is not my favorite. I've actually taken to returning to the regular Great League, and I have been having quite a bit more fun in that particular league. We overfarm just a little bit, and we're going to go for the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt does land. That does a nice amount of damage, and unfortunately, they do get to a move. I'm going to shield this up and farm down, so I can hopefully get to a Psycho Boost on whatever comes in. It's Jellicent, and we're able to get to the Thunderbolt. Okay, this is big, and having a switch advantage here is absolutely huge. We're able to land the Thunderbolt, which is big, and now we can come in with our Obstagoon, and Obstagoon does very, very well in this matchup. They do go for the Ice Beam, but that really doesn't do a lot. They come in with Superior, and we have a Scratch Vigoroth. The Scratch animation is hilarious, by the way. They go for the Frenzy Plant. Vigoroth can tank that. Look how slow it is to get to a Body Slam compared to Counter, which is so quick. Scratch is just absolute pain. Alright, we are going to let that go. At this point, Scratch has done its job, and now we're going to go for the Night Slash. We're really hoping for a boost here. And no boost, unfortunately. They do get to a move, so we are going to need to shield this up because Frenzy Plant would do quite a bit of damage. And we're actually going to go for the Cross Chop here, hoping to secure the KO. We can't quite. They come back in with the Jellicent, and we are overfarming just a little bit, and we're able to get to the Night Slash. Night Slash does take them out. Superior comes back in, and we're actually able to counter them down. So a very close one, but able to get the win with the Scratch Vigoroth. Let's go. Alright, a Melmetal lead. This is pretty good for us, to be honest. They're going to bring in Amanda Buzz, and I don't have a great response for this. So I'm just going to catch a Foul Play onto my Obstagoon, and then we're just going to let Obstagoon try and handle it. So now we have some extra energy on our Deoxys, which should hopefully come in handy later, and we're just going to go for these Cross Chops. Flying Umbreon is incredibly beefy. As you can see, Cross Chops and counters really don't do a lot to it. And they're going to go for Aerial Ace, which is an absolutely horrible move, so we're totally fine with forcing them to throw Aerial Ace. Cross Chop comes through again. We're a bit too far away to counter down. I am able to get to another Cross Chop, and this forces them into a tough decision. They do decide to shield, so they are going for switch advantage. I do decide to let this go because, again, Aerial Ace is horrible. I can survive that. They come in with a Ninetales, and I match with my defense Deoxys. And now we're going straight for the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt lands. They're able to get to a move. I am going to shield this up only because health on my defense Deoxys is very important, because as opposed to a certain Vigoroth, this actually has good moves on it. So we're able to take it out. They come back in with Mandibuzz. Makes quite a bit of sense. They're going to try and take us out. We shield it up. They throw an Aerial Ace for some reason. Can we counter down? We can counter down, which is great. Now we can save the energy and come in with Vigoroth. Our goal is to force them to superpower us, because if they do, then they're going to lower their own defense. But they smartly go for the Rock Slide instead. And we are going to go for the Body Slam. Of course, we aren't to the Bulldoze by any means, but my opponent is probably used to the counts from Counter Vigoroth, so they actually do decide to shield it up. Alright, we do farm down. And then they have a decent amount of energy here, so we're going to come in with our defense Deoxys. We are going to go for the Thunderbolt, which should be getting it very, very low. Aggressive swap into the Goon, and we're able to simultaneously KO, and since we still have our Deoxys in back, take the win. Alright, an Empoleon lead. This is a pretty good lead for us, and they say swap Dragalge, so it's someone actually running my Empoleon, Dragalge, Altaria line, so very cool to see someone running my line. Honestly made my day. It was the coolest thing to see ever. So can my old line beat a Scratch Vigoroth? They do go for the Aqua Tail. I'm able to successfully call that, which is good. And now I am going to need to start shielding, because as you can see, the Dragon Tails and Aqua Tails really do start to add up. Alright, and we're going for another Body Slam here after overfarming by a bit, and we're able to take Switch. Okay, this is pretty good. Empoleon comes in. They correctly identified that I don't have counter, so they can farm down without repercussion, and they're just going to tank the body slam. Now I'm going to come in with the Obstagoon because I know what's in back. I know it's an Altaria, and my best bet is more than likely going to be the Defense Deoxys. Alright, Defense Deoxys versus Altaria, except we don't have Rock Slide, so this is going to be tough. Sky Attack comes through, we decide to let it go, and we're going to go straight for the Thunderbolt. Unfortunately, my opponent listened to when I said in the video, don't shield things on Altaria that you can survive, because they actually don't shield it, so a very nice play by them. Alright, we go for the Psycho Boost, that does get the shield. We're going to come in with the Obstagoon, and we are going to be throwing right away. Night Slash does get them low, and it's a CMP. So we are going to shield this up, and now it's going to be a race to the move. My opponent actually switches out here. They thought that they could waterfall me down. Unfortunately, they were unable to do so, and so I am able to get to the Night Slash on Altaria and give us the win. So if you're counting at home, that is a 3-game win streak. Let's go. All right, Shadow Mawile. So this is an okay lead for us, and it's Double Charm. Are you kidding me? Again? What are the odds? This is ridiculous. Alright, Scratch Vigoroth coming in. Unfortunately, they are able to get to a charge move. We do need to shield up the Grass Knot. And then we're going to Scratch all the way down. Alright, they do bring in the Mawile. Can we get to the Bulldoze? Okay, we get to the Bulldoze. This is big. Okay. This is good for us. This is good. Alright. Now we more than likely come in with our Obstagoon because our Obstagoon does not want to see Charm. We're able to get off the Night Slash. This is big. I probably should have thrown Cross Chop there to be 100% honest, although they shield anyway, so this honestly works out pretty well for us. This is probably a play rough. I just have to let this go because this is no play against the Charmer in the back and put it all on Defense Deoxys. And, oh goodness, look at how much damage the freaking Wigglytuff is doing. Dude, if they don't nerf Charm, I don't know what they're doing. And as you can see, I had actually switched to Rock Slide at this point because there was a lot of situations where I was like, man, I would have won with Rock Slide. We're able to farm it down, but unfortunately we just don't have enough health, and Mawile is able to close it out. So again, more Double Charm. Hoorah! Yay for Double Charm. Deoxys into Medicham. It's a fighter. Could it be a Charmin back? What? Another one? Dude, this meta is terrible. Y'all have absolutely torpedoed this meta with Charm. Oh my good grief. Like, I just don't have words. Like, every other game is Double Charm. Like, it makes it hard to run fun stuff. Like, people are gonna run what they run. I don't control that by any means. I kind of feel like I have to go into Obstagoon here, which of course is terrible, but my Obstagoon has no play against the Charmer that's in back, so I just kind of have to go in here, which is terrible. And yeah, this is looking bad. We get the boost. Unfortunately, it's not going to be able to help us as they come in with Medicham. I kind of have to shield this up. They do go for the boosted Ice Punch, and it's a Clefable, and there's no way I'm winning that. Yay for Double Charm. But last game of the video, if y'all remember from the Acid Spray Only Challenge, Easy Dubs 5. He's back. I matched him again. Let's go. He was the poor unfortunate soul who I double acid sprayed his Alolan Marowak and then razor leafed it down. Alright. So he save swaps into a Toxicroak here. And we're actually going to go for a Rock Slide bait after Psycho Boosting once. So that way we actually don't lower our attack. And that way, this next Psycho Boost is for sure going to KO. I shielded up. Just a Mud Bomb, but the nice thing is we are going to be able to get to another Psycho Boost. So unfortunately, this man was a victim of the Acid Spray Only team. Will he also be a victim of Scratch Vigoroth? Alright, he has Drifblim in the back. As you can see, I aggressively switch in because I recognize that his switch clock is not up, so he's actually going to be stuck in here. And he's staying in, which works out really, really well for me. Him staying in here is fantastic. I'm able to land a Night Slash. And they're going to go for another debuff because, of course, Shadow Ball is going to be triple resisted. They're going for more debuffs here. I'm able to get to the 2 Night Slashes, which is really nice. And at this point, my goal is just take care of this Drifblim because my Scratch Vigoroth has absolutely no play against it. A little bit of lag there. We're able to take it out. We come in with our Deoxys to force them to throw. They throw, and you know what time it is, baby. It's Scratch Vigoroth o'clock. Scratch Vigoroth comes in and scratches down for the dub. So in conclusion, we were not able to get the 5 wins in a row, but we did manage a 3-game win streak, which I was pretty proud of, considering the fact that it was a Scratch Vigoroth, and also that the entire meta is filled with fighter double charm teams. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We actually recently passed 6,500 subscribers. The growth on the channel has been absolutely ridiculous. So thank you guys oh so very much. And a special thank you to our members here on YouTube. The support has been absolutely unreal. So thank you oh so very much, and I will see you guys in the next one.